there, everyone! Welcome to my channel Creepy Narratives. Today, I'm thrilled to share more spine-chilling stories that have actually happened to me and others who have experienced these so-called creepy scenarios. These incidents were so eerie, creepy and strange that they had us questioning the very reality that we knew. So, sit back, relax and prepare to be captivated by the enigma of these creepy narratives. Welcome to my nightmare. I think that you're going to like it. Enjoy. Let's start with story number 1. Story number 1. A McDonald's nightmarish encounter. I find myself recounting this chilling tale that began within the confines of my workplace. I'm a 36-year-old woman, and my job as a manager at a local McDonald's had become my lifeline after a sudden layoff left me scrambling for employment. Little did I know that my decision to work there would lead me into a nightmarish encounter that would haunt me for weeks to come. It was a typical shift at the McDonald's located just minutes away from my house. The hustle and bustle of the fast food world had become my new normal. On one particular night, we found ourselves short-handed, and I stepped up to take over the second drive-thru window to give a colleague a much-needed break. And that's when it all began. An older man, maybe in his 60s, pulled up in an aged red pickup truck. I handed him his order, exchanged pleasantries, and turned away, thinking that would be the end of our interaction. But to my surprise, he lingered, asking if I was single. His demeanor sent shivers down my spine. It was eerie, to say the least. I quickly fabricated a lie about having a boyfriend, hoping to discourage his advances. His response was unsettling. He pressed on, insisting that it didn't matter. I politely brushed off his advances and bid him good night, hoping he would drive away. Yet, fate had more sinister plans in store. After my shift ended and I locked up the restaurant for the night, I noticed that same red pickup truck lurking ominously in the shadows of the parking lot. It was parked strategically, facing the building, casting an eerie glow in its headlights. Panic fluttered in my chest. Had he been waiting there the entire time? My heart raced as I dashed toward my car, adrenaline coursing through my veins. The truck roared to life, its engine revving with an unsettling growl. Panic set in as the truck started to inch closer, blocking my escape. Fumbling with my car keys, I barely managed to slip inside, the door slamming shut behind me. The man's intentions became clear as he approached my car, tapping on the window, his leering smile sending shivers down my spine. In a trembling voice, I implored him to leave, threatening to call the police. But his response was laced with an unsettling chuckle as he persisted, trying to coax me into reconsidering his advances. Fear consumed me, and with limited options, I reluctantly cracked the window open, keeping my guard up. The man's words oozed with menace, his intentions growing more sinister by the second. His persistence was chilling, leaving me feeling trapped and helpless. With the last vestiges of my courage, I firmly refused his advances and rolled up the window, my heart racing as he finally retreated to his truck and drove away into the night. For days, I remained on edge, my sense of security shattered. The memory of that nightmarish encounter clung to me like a dark cloud. Yet, the story took another disturbing turn when the man reappeared in my life, this time at a place where I sought solace and support, a local AA meeting. Emerging from the meeting, I was horrified to find the same red truck parked ominously nearby, casting a shadow over my sense of safety. Thankfully, a friend and fellow attendee confronted the man, forcing him to retreat once more. But the terror had seeped into every corner of my existence. Anonymously, he stalked my online presence, leaving unsettling comments that suggested he had been observing me closely. I turned to the police for help, only to be met with indifference and dismissive attitudes that only intensified my fear. In desperation, I sought refuge with my parents, leaving my home behind to escape the relentless stalking. The experience left me feeling violated, my once familiar surroundings now tainted by the lingering presence of a man who seemed determined to invade every aspect of my life. As I struggle to find a sense of normalcy amidst the turmoil, I am haunted by the unanswered questions that continue to linger. How did he learn my home address? What fueled his obsession? The relentless pursuit of a faceless predator has left me scarred, my life forever changed by the unsettling encounter that still lingers in the shadows, waiting to resurface. I hope you find this extended and rewritten version of the story in first-person tense more original and engaging. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Let's go to story number 2. Story number 2. Series of unsettling events. I'm a 23-year-old woman, navigating life in a modest townhouse along with my 2 adorable children, aged 2 and merely 6 months old. The complexities of life recently led me through a painful breakup with my fiancé, who had been sharing our home until his unfaithful actions drove us apart just 2 weeks ago. This heartbreaking episode laid the groundwork for a series of unsettling events that would forever change the way I perceive safety. Nestled in a quaint town in northern Pennsylvania, my row of townhouses stands juxtaposed against an expansive field that stretches toward a distant line of woods. As far as my knowledge goes, these woods are seemingly untouched, devoid of any houses or roads. Our daily lives unfold amidst this peaceful backdrop, with my role as a stay-at-home mom anchoring me to this environment. My life underwent a drastic transformation after my ex-partner's departure. He used to work evenings, and my world was centered around caring for our little ones. My townhouse's living room boasts 3 windows that peer out onto the expansive field, while my upstairs bedroom offers a solitary view in the same direction. Despite the occasional presence of dog-walking neighbors and playing children, the area remains relatively quiet, with only rare disturbances creeping into my daily routine. Perhaps it's my appreciation for the picturesque surroundings that led me to leave my blinds and curtains slightly ajar. The warm embrace of July 2019 saw me lying in bed, seeking slumber. The nocturnal stillness was broken by an unexpected sight, a faint yet unmistakable glimmer of red and white lights emanating from outside my window. Curiosity piqued, I rose to investigate, only to find a drone hovering in the darkness. Alarmed, I dashed downstairs to alert my fiancé, but the drone vanished upon his arrival. In hindsight, it's evident that this was just the beginning of a disconcerting pattern. The inexplicable reappearance of the drone in January of the following year shook my sense of security. Having grown comfortable and complacent, I had left my blinds open after a shower, only to be confronted once more by the intrusive drone. Panic gripped me, and I shut the blinds swiftly, chastising myself for allowing my guard to waver. However, the true horrors began to unfold with a chilling encounter in the field. As I played with my 2-year-old son, his innocent laughter filling the air, I suddenly heard an eerie hum drawing near. A sense of dread washed over me as I realized the familiar drone was approaching us again. Holding my 6-month-old baby in a carrier, I watched helplessly as the drone loomed overhead, its ominous presence casting a shadow over our peaceful moment. Instinct kicked in, and I grabbed my son, fleeing into the safety of our home. The relentless buzzing followed us, and my heart raced as I looked back toward the tree line. Fear settled in as I sensed a malevolent presence lurking within the shadows, observing my every move. It was at that moment that I understood the gravity of the situation. I was being watched by an unseen predator, and the threat was dangerously close. These incidents, however unnerving, had thus far remained distant and disconnected, like puzzle pieces that refused to fit. Yet, the puzzle took a sinister turn when the menace materialized before me. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness enveloped the surroundings, I found myself tending to my children. Their laughter filled the room, momentarily easing the unease that had taken root within me. Inexplicably drawn to the window, my 2-year-old pointed toward a seemingly innocent gap in the blinds. A shiver ran down my spine as I looked closer, my heart pounding in my chest. A man, bald, with a mustache and a goatee, stood just beyond the barrier, his unsettling grin etched into my memory forever. The realization hit me like a freight train. This was the face behind the disturbing series of events that had plagued my life. Terror seized me as his chilling words reached my ears, a twisted chorus of promises and threats, each more chilling than the last. Panic surged through my veins as I scrambled to protect my children, my phone clutched in trembling hands as I dialed 911. the man's insidious presence loomed large, his actions escalating into a frenzied barrage of screams and pounding fists against my window. My world blurred as the operator guided me to seek refuge upstairs, offering solace and reassurance over the phone. Minutes stretched like hours, the man's manic onslaught persisting outside. Just as despair threatened to consume me, a ray of hope appeared in the form of my brave neighbor and his girlfriend. Their timely intervention forced the man to retreat into the shadows, disappearing once more into the enigmatic woods. As the police arrived to investigate, a mixture of relief and uncertainty washed over me. My sanctuary had been breached, my sense of security shattered by an enigmatic figure whose motivations remained elusive. The following nights were spent in the comforting embrace of my parents' home, a respite from the eerie specter that had haunted my every waking moment. Questions linger like shadows. Why me? Why the relentless pursuit? The answers may forever elude me, shrouding the stranger in an aura of mystery and malevolence. But through it all, one truth stands resolute: the vigilant watch of caring neighbors, the unwavering support of law enforcement, and the unbreakable bond with my children serve as a beacon of hope amidst the darkness that once threatened to consume me. Are you ready for story number 3? Story number 3. Relentless Psychological Maze. For 4 long years, I've been living a nightmarish existence, shadowed by an insidious presence that refuses to fade. My stalker, though not overtly threatening, has turned my life into a relentless psychological maze. His tactics have been subtle, unsettling, and utterly invasive, leaving me trapped in a state of constant vigilance. In the beginning, his approach was almost innocuous, letters and gifts arriving at my doorstep. It was as though he reveled in the sinister art of unnerving, sending me photographs of my own apartment building, taken surreptitiously from afar. Each new package, an eerie reminder of his unsettling obsession, would send shivers down my spine. My attempts to involve the police yielded little, the enigmatic stalker proving a master at eluding their grasp. When I stumbled upon the German version of the I Am a subreddit, I felt a strange compulsion to share my harrowing ordeal. I knew that by doing so, I might draw attention to the plight of those tormented by a stalker's relentless pursuit. Fueled by a newfound defiance, I nonchalantly mentioned the possibility of my stalker seeing the post, a defiance rooted in my refusal to cower in fear. A week of eerie silence followed, no letters, no gifts, and no trace of my stalker's menacing presence. It was an oasis of tranquility, but one I dared not savor for long. In an unexpected twist, he revealed his awareness of my Reddit revelation, presenting me with printed excerpts from my post, a haunting display of his control over my life. The tone shifted dramatically, his previously non-threatening demeanor morphing into a malevolent force, as he turned his hatred toward my boyfriend. The tension escalated with each passing day, culminating in an ominous gift left right outside my apartment door. The contents were disturbingly eclectic, an assortment of zip ties, a roll of painting tape, a defaced TV remote, used band-aids, and a framed photograph of myself, grotesquely altered to exclude my boyfriend. It was a chilling manifestation of his unsettling presence, a tangible reminder that my world was spiraling further into a sinister abyss. However, the final straw came when I discovered a layer of broken glass under my doormat, shattering my already fragile sense of security. Anger fueled my determination to finally confront my stalker, prompting me to capture evidence with a dash cam in my car. The footage would capture his relentless actions, providing tangible proof that even the most skeptical authorities could not ignore. In a sinister twist, my stalker returned to taunt me, his letters becoming increasingly spiteful, punctuated by an unsettling message painted onto my car's windshield. It was a stark reminder of the imminent threat that loomed over me, pushing me to amplify my efforts to catch him once and for all. My dash cam, a silent sentinel, stood as my last hope in a relentless battle for justice. The culmination of years of fear and frustration finally reached its climax. A sudden dawn intrusion marked a turning point, as the police descended upon my stalker, apprehending him as he ventured brazenly into my apartment building. His capture was a cathartic moment, the tangible embodiment of a relentless pursuit of justice. The weight of his actions was finally catching up to him, a resounding victory against a relentless tormentor. Though the ordeal is far from over, the arrest serves as a testament to my unwavering resilience and the enduring support of those around me. A community united against darkness, unyielding in its pursuit of safety and peace. The journey to reclaim my life has only just begun, but the capture of my stalker marks a crucial step toward closing a chapter of terror that has defined my existence for far too long.